Hello and welcome everybody back to the weekly rundown on the award-winning podcast. This is episode 8. We're back with my dad. And today is a special edition World Series episode. We're going to be heavy on the baseball, but of course we're going to still talk about the other sports. The World Series was, in my opinion, the craziest World Series I've ever seen.
Well, you're 12, so you've seen
12 World,
let's say 10.
Yeah, okay.
I've seen a lot more, and this is, in my opinion, by far the most amazing, entertaining, impressive World Series in my lifetime.
We're going to break it down game by game. Now, game one's tough for Dodgers fan. A big loss, 11-4, and they basically fell apart after just the home run.
Toronto.
Slams. Yeah, it's in Toronto, so it's not the best. Game two, the Dodgers took it to tie the series. They won 5-1, and that game was actually really fun to watch. The Dodgers put up good numbers. They had lots of hits. They were making good plays in the field. So game two is nice. And then we get to the crazy game, game three.
18 innings.
18 innings. Freddie Freeman walks it off again, just like last year.
Yep.
That game was crazy. No runs from the 7th inning. Will Klein, I didn't even know that guy's name before game.
Nobody did. I don't even think his parents did.
Nobody knew Will Klein. Henriquez stepped in. Emmett Sheehan stepped in, who did pretty terrible in game one. And just the bullpen was somehow on fire this World Series. I don't know what happened to the bullpen.
Yeah, surprised me, that's for sure.
Yeah, they came together. Game three was absolutely loco. Game four, the Blue Jays won again. They won 6-2 this time. And the Dodgers looked really lazy in this game.
They looked really flat. And it started to get a little concerning. Even though Game 5 wasn't a must-win, technically it was a must-win. And what happened?
They lost 6-1.
Yeah.
So both Game 4, there was a pattern. So Toronto took 1, then Dodgers took 2, then Blue Jays took 2, then Dodgers took 2. It's kind of weird, but something to think about. David Schneider did really good in Game 5.
He took
leadoff home run.
He was the first pitch, right?
Yeah, first pitch of the game, leadoff home run, then another home run. I forgot who it was.
I think it was the third pitch.
Yeah.
It wasn't Vlad, but
I think it was Clement. I don't know.
Two home runs.
It was Luke's.
In 3 pitches, which I don't know how you can come back from that, and he didn't.
They lost that game, but what really matters is Game 7.
Well, hold on. No. You got to talk about Game 6 first. Game 6 was incredible, and I thought that was the ultimate game.
I think Game 7
it was the ultimate game, and then Game 7 happened, then that became the ultimate game.
We'll talk about Game 6. Dodgers won 3-1, but that dead ball call has been controversial with Blue Jays fans, for sure.
For them, yeah. Everything's been controversial because they lost the World Series.
Yeah. If they won the World Series, nobody cares. But that actually, I think it's the correct call. I was reading somewhere. If something obstructs the ball's movement, so like it stops in the ivy in Wrigley Field, or it catches, because that would have bounced off, they would have gotten in quicker.
Yeah.
So I think it's the correct call, but I've seen it before go the other way. So that's what's interesting.
Well, Justin Dean played it right because he didn't try. Because I think if he tried to get it out, then it would have been a live ball and it would have been a disaster. Yeah. So it was fortuitous that it worked out that way.
Tyler Glasnow saved the day that game. Now we're going to go to Game 6.
Hold on, wait. No, you can't talk about Game 7 until you talk about the ending of Game 6.
Okay, the dope, like Keegan Hernandez makes the catch, throws out Addison Barker.
But did you see that he said in the post game
that he was the card thing,
his card said that he played it shallow, but he played it more shallow or shallower, and it was again the right thing to do because he caught it and threw it, and Rojas, hero of Game 6.
And Game 7, maybe.
And Game 7.
But something I also heard of in his post-game interview, he lost the ball.
Oh, in the light. Yeah. You're right. He did. I forgot that. Yeah.
Found it and it just landed in his
glove. That was amazing. Game 6. To me, that ending was unbelievable. No. The most unbelievable. And then Game 7 happened.
Game 7, Bo Bichette hits the 3-run home run, right? So Dodgers falling apart in the beginning.
Who's pitching?
Shohei Ohtani. And they get one back in the 4th inning, I think it was.
Yeah, I think Teoscar knocked in Will Smith.
Okay, then in the 6th, they scored a sac fly from Mookie Betts. And then in the 6th, the bench is cleared.
Yeah, Justin
Justin
Robleski, I don't remember what inning it was. I think it was the 6th.
Yeah.
He unintentionally hit Jimenez, I think.
One thing can I say before that?
Yeah.
So there was a ball inside beforehand. I'm gonna bring the mic closer. There was a ball inside. There was two or three balls inside. But on the ball right before Justin Robleski hit him, Jimenez kind of threw his hand out,
did.
and I noticed that. And
I did too.
there might be something there.
And I'll tell you, I have a theory about that because in one of the games, I think it was game 2 that they lost. Remember, the batter, if he had taken a hit at the end of the game would have gone to the Blue Jays. But he naturally went to swing, and it turned out against the Blue Jays. So I think from that lesson, the Blue Jays learned, hey, if it's close to the player getting hit by the ball, take the hit. And I think that's what Jimenez was doing, to be honest.
Also, remember in the NLCS when the Dodgers were on Game 4 when they were going to move on, there was that ball inside that people say he should have let it hit him. It's just natural instinct.
It is,
to move out of the way. So
yeah, but I think that they were going against natural instinct. I think they were trying to get hit.
the Blue Jays.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the bench is cleared. It wasn't that crazy. It was cool that the bench is cleared, but it wasn't like the craziest fight.
I give props to Robleski though because he didn't back down. It was obviously wasn't intentionally trying to hit the player, and I think that actually was a turning point for the Dodgers because they were a little flat. Yeah, they were flat.
And then of course Max Muncy hit the home run that made it 4-3, and then with one out in the top of the 9th inning, 2 outs away from losing the World Series, Miggy Rojas, who this was his second game in the World Series, he doesn't play that much for the Dodgers, hit the home run that tied the game, and then set up Will Smith to hit the home run in the 11th and win the World Series for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Miguel Rojas' wife, apparently, in one of the interviews I saw, told him he was going to hit a home run in the World Series. And he said, according to Rojas, I'm not even playing. I'm not on the actual team right now. I'm on the roster, but not playing. And she told him again that day on Game 7 yesterday that he was going to hit a home run. And guess what?
He hit the most.
It was
in my opinion, the most important home run.
It was.
They were 2 outs away from elimination. Shohei Ohtani wasn't going to do anything. He was been flat the whole series. But the Dodgers found a way to make it happen. What about Andy Pages' catch?
Thank you for bringing that up. Dave Roberts' move to put Pages in at center was probably it was a game-saving decision because Pages made an amazing catch, knocked Kike down to the ground, and that saved the game. Again, I mean, there were so many instances that the Dodgers could have lost.
They could win the game there, bottom of the 9th, right? And then kaboom, Andy Pages makes the catch. And then the play where Will Smith kind of took his foot off.
He did.
What happened there?
Well, again, it was a force out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was bases were loaded. Lots of controversy about IKF not taking a
bigger
good
lead, sliding head first, running through the bag, some secondary. A lot of things that the Blue Jays fans wish they didn't happen. I think the Blue Jays were getting cocky, especially by the way that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. celebrated after they ended the 7th inning. If you saw, he was like dancing up and down when he caught that ball at first.
Or how about when he got that double, I think, in the whatever inning it was, the 9th. I will tell you that I was not optimistic, to say the least, that the Dodgers were going to win that game, even at the 3-run homer in the 3rd inning by Bo Bichette. But incredibly, and I think against all odds, nobody would have predicted that the Dodgers pulled it off.
Especially that Miguel Rojas is the one that hit that home run.
My wife said that he deserved all the Van Cleef he could get.
We're gonna head over to soccer now. We're going to just talk about the tables. The MLS playoffs is happening. We're going to start at La Liga. Real Madrid holds their top spot at the table, 5 points ahead of Barcelona. Those, of course, the 2 big names. But then, usually it's Atletico right there. It's Villarreal and then Atletico. So, just some exciting stuff for Villarreal fans being in 3rd because usually those 3 teams just take over the top of the table.
Barcelona played today? Is that right?
Yeah, I think they won.
Yeah.
But Arsenal won yesterday. Spurs lost. And Man City is now in 2nd. They're 6 points behind Arsenal. So a little much. But they're only 1 point ahead of Liverpool, who has been struggling a lot lately. And Bournemouth coming out of nowhere in 18th. Tottenham's kind of floundering in 17th. We're going to head over to the MLS Cup playoffs sponsored by Audi. And it's the first round right now. And at this moment, where we are recording this, LAFC is playing ATX. So they're winning 3-0, and it's halftime, so it looks like LAFC will win that game. But do you think LAFC will win the championship or no? Because, like, we're LAFC fans here for the MLS. What do you think?
I mean, LA is on a streak.
Yeah.
I don't know. Except for the Lakers, but
The Rams won today, too, so LA is cooking.
You were at
Speaking
the
of
game.
Rams, I was at the game, which was super fun. We'll get into football later. We're going to talk about basketball, the beginning of the season, John Morant suspension. Can you give me some more on that?
I think I heard or read that it was conduct detrimental to the team, which could encompass a whole number of things. Apparently, John Morant's got a behavior problem. He doesn't have apparently any discipline to control whatever is causing him problems, and he keeps getting suspended.
Well, I think during an interview, pretend you're the interview, ask me some questions about like a random game, and I'll pretend to be John Morant.
What happened in the Lakers Jazz game?
No, about the game that I just played.
Okay, what happened on that right before halftime?
You can ask the coaching staff.
That was his answer.
That was his answer for like 3 or 4 questions.
Yeah.
Ask the coaching staff. He feels like he didn't have a good performance, or that they didn't want him to play, or something like that, which is interesting. Also, SGA's home got broken into in New Orleans.
Was it during a game?
I have no clue, but all
And
I
it
know
happens to a lot of athletes.
yeah, it's because obviously they have expensive stuff in their home. But that's just kind of interesting. We don't hear about those stories that much. But
Well, last year there were a number of athletes' homes that got broken into. Happens. The problem is that these thieves know when the players are going to be away or at games, so that's an opportunity, and they get taken advantage of, unfortunately.
and he did score 30 points that day, which is pretty cool. Any updates on the gambling thing?
No, I don't.
No
sir.
updates. Okay. Let's head over to football. We're going to start with the Rams game because I know a lot about that one. Puka Nacua went off. He had an amazing catch. The Rams did win 34-10. Matthew Stafford did pretty good. And one takeaway is that the Rams are their offense is really good right now. They're making plays, completing. They're
Alex,
powering through.
the Saints were 1-7.
Okay, it's fine. The Rams are 6-2. The Rams are 6-2. That's like as good as the record as the Bills. The Bills are 6-2
Yes.
too. So the Rams might be in contention this year for at least like an NFC championship.
Well, the Commanders, my team, clearly are not. I mean,
21-0.
28-0, I think, at half against the Seahawks tonight. It's my lifelong team since I was 5. I'm almost 60. It's really disheartening.
What about the Jets winning a ball game?
I don't even care about the Jets.
The Jets won. They were 0-6 or 0-5, and now they're 1-6,
I
1-7.
don't care about the Jets.
The Jets won, and all the Jets fans were going crazy. Bills-Chiefs game was exciting. The Bills had a pretty good lead, and then the Chiefs started to come back, but they did fall down.
Yeah, but
to Bills.
the Bills were pretty dominant in this
28-21.
game. There's no question that they were in command. I don't know how many games Josh Allen's done, but he had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown again. It's a pretty high number. The guy's impressive. He's a good runner and he's an amazing thrower.
Well, the Rams are 6-2 too, so I think the Rams have a chance.
Is that your prediction? Rams Bills in the Super Bowl?
I
No.
want the Giants to go.
Eagles Bills?
I want the Giants to go.
The Giants?
Yes, the
No,
Giants.
Come on. Who are you kidding with the Giants?
I just think that
The Giants have about as good a chance as the Commanders.
yeah, I know,
mean,
but I
seriously,
want the
come on.
Giants to go, but I'm not
Why?
saying they
Because
are
it-
going to go, but I'm saying they want to go, and I
Yeah.
want Cam Scatterboo to be playing.
Cam is done. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
I said I want him. You're not listening to me.
Cam is done.
What about the Raiders game? The longest field goal or something, 68 yards in
Yep.
NFL history.
Yep.
It was 23-23 in overtime. And then did they win or lose?
They won, I think, and the Jags won.
The Jaguars won.
Who did they play? I forget, but the Jags won.
Jaguars 30-29 in overtime
Against?
the Raiders.
Oh, okay. So the Raiders lost. The Jags are doing pretty well, actually. They're on a little bit of a streak.
You know who else is doing well? The Broncos.